Global Immunity Tsunami. This is the title of my presentation in 3 parts, 10 minutes each. My name is Eddy Tayler. I've been a farmer and entrepreneur. I've studied with Linus Pauling, senior partner. Linus Pauling had 3 Nobel Prizes unshared. The only one that had 3 unshared Nobel Prizes, Linus Pauling. His senior partner, medical doctor from Germany, holistic medical doctor, Matthias Rath, who's, last I checked, situated on the West Coast. These are some of the great people in history I've had the privilege to learn from directly, be business partners, and this has gone on in quite a few different fields, from health science, farming, media, TV, radio, banking, and several others. So this has been my fortune to have this scope of world experience and success. I've lived in very special, privileged, gated communities, things of that nature. But this was how I learned, and the level of my financial real-world success. In a certain way, what you do, how much money you make may not be as important as what you can make for the world. To elevate health quality now is probably the single greatest thing anyone can do. First of all, people listening would like to be healthy themselves, okay, because of this agent, virus, call it what you want, made in a lab or not. Should you be vaxxed or not? I don't need to get into any of that, okay? This is a totally new subject. Global Immunity Tsunami 2024. A tsunami is a tidal wave of change. The Forbes magazine June issue, June 21st, I think, reported the 5 most vaccinated nations, all the vaccines, not just 1 or 2, fully vaccinated, way up there in that dream, that I shouldn't say dream, but that ideal herd immunity. You vaccinate 70, 80%, and they're all going to be immune. Well, the opposite happened. More COVID than ever broke out, more variants. So that is as it may be, okay? What I have is totally outside that jurisdiction. I'm talking about the origin of all disease and all illness for people, plants, any life kingdom. So I certainly am not concerned one bit about treating or preventing a health condition for any living organism. Your cat, your trees, your corn, your cells, your body, any living thing. Could there possibly be a missing link that is more essential to the health of every living thing and we missed it? Is that possible? Anything is possible. How does a piece of margarine or good butter turn into your fingernail or a liver cell? How does the body repair itself constantly in the midst of a deluge, a flood of every kind of toxin, lead, bromine, fluoride, 80,000 chemicals? It's a miracle that humanity is alive to begin with outside of a virus. Congress said in 1936, everyone in this country is extremely mineral deficient and vitamin deficient. Why? Because this substance, this material, it's a real, actual material, okay, exists, is true, has been known for 200 years. In 1786, William Achard said this substance does amazing things for soil and plants and consequently people. And human use studies, I'm talking about vitro and in vivo, folks. To translate that, that means studies on viruses in people, not just animals. This has been done. Has it been done with this material and COVID? I can't say that it has, but it could be. But there's a very political hot potato. Now, you want to test and prove you can stop COVID with anything, drug or not, you have a very narrow gateway of politics, big money to spend, a lot of red tape, to see if any government will let you do that. So whether we succeed or anyone succeeds in that, that doesn't matter either. This tsunami of global immunity is based on the power of these molecules. This is a family of molecules called humate, humus, humic, fulvic. Actually, the humate family of molecules has three categories: the humic acid, the fulvic acid, and the human molecules, Humin. Fulvic means golden. It means the fulcrum. Okay? Humic, it all relates to Latin for human beings. So, what is the source of all nutrition from all plants? The soil itself. What is the single greatest thing that makes all soil rich and healthy? Zach Bush, triple board certified doctor. I'm friends with several of his people. Triple board certified doctor. There's hardly a doctor in the world that's an internist and a specialist in three other areas. That's a medical doctor in three different areas. Zach Bush is. He says he was studying carotene, a form of vitamin A from spirulina, carrots, and cancer. He says, well, if plants can do that for cancer, where do the plants get the nutrition? What is the secret of the nutrition of all plants? It must be the richest soil. Well, we're in double-digit deficit for any mineral in the world. You'd have to eat 20 to 50 apples to get the same nutrition. And I don't care if it's oatmeal, honey, you name the food, okay? We have stripped away the minerals and especially the microbes with synthetic sprays, Roundup. The biggest crop in this country is grass. I like to go out barefoot in the morning when no one's looking and walk barefoot in the grass, okay? It's very refreshing. Early in the morning, ground myself, but what am I grounding myself on? Somebody's lawn that has Monsanto and pesticides for the last 50 years. We're saturated with these chemicals. 80,000. Is there one thing that could clean that up? A lifetime of bioaccumulation. Your cat, your lawn, your soil is saturated with all these untested things we've been assured are okay. Why is Monsanto, which was bought out by Bayer aspirin, and Bayer is based in Germany, it's illegal for anyone to use any Bayer pesticide in all of Germany. In their own homeland, they're banned. However, that doesn't stop them. They've been sued successfully for $10 billion for causing cancer all over the world, their pesticides. And I'm talking Roundup. Now they're calling it something else, coming out with another. Basically, it's a watered-down version of Agent Orange, which denuded 2 million acres in 3 months in Southeast Asia. It made it a moonscape, killed every microbe, stopped the absorbability of minerals in food and plants so they could see to bomb. Made it a moonscape. And in months, 2 million acres, they've never recovered that soil. Is this the opposite of that? It is. This has recovered the worst soil in the world. We had 7 inches of pure salt in Utah. Pure salt. Salt. The Romans put salt in the enemy's soil to stop their food production. Okay, you don't put pure salt on soil and expect anything but disaster. Go to the Great Salt Lake. Are you going to grow anything there? Okay, so Dr. Newsom, 7 PhDs, the youngest awarded naturopathic doctor in North American history, 7 PhDs, toxicologists, acupuncturists, osteopathic doctor, PhD in indigenous medicine, a doctor of divinity. He went there with his fulvic acid. And fulvic is not a sexy name. It's not Star Wars. It's not Beyonce. Fulvic. When people think, what the fulvic? Are you talking about folic vitamin, B1, what have you? No, we are not. So within 2 years, he turned that 7 inches of pure salt could grow nothing to 7 inches of pure topsoil. Daniel Newsom, he's not even focused on agriculture. I did say these minerals or these molecules can transform any living kingdom. Cannabis, it's increased terpenes 30%. Those are some of the magical ingredients. The flavor of the aroma, the medicinal value, 130 different specific molecular traits. Fulvic acid has 50,000 organic trace minerals from the most ancient soil that goes back 75 million years and further. And further. There are deposits all over the world. However, the richest one in the world seems to be in the 9 western states. New Mexico may have a deposit that's 97% fulvic acid, but it has the other 3 in this molecular family.
Okay, well, thank you for having being with us today. We've got part 2 coming up, so stay tuned for part 2 coming up shortly.